Well, I found another page I wanted to color in Rooms of Wonder. I thought it would be fun. I kind of picked some colors. These are my Polychromos pencils. And I thought this page would be fun. It's just a honeycomb, flowers, little bees, honey pots. So let's get started, and I will tell you what pencil I'm using as we go along. And so it's gonna be a lot of yellows and oranges on this page, and the little honeycombs are going to be just outlined. And then do a little bit of shading, but that's basically how that's gonna go. And just a little bit inside, like that. But let's get started with some of our flowers. So these are kind of a sunflowery. So I'm going to make some of them yellowy, some of them a little more orange. And this one is number 108, Dark Cad Yellow. So we're just going to start and then I have Naples Yellow 185. I don't know if this is going to be, yeah, it's different enough. So I'm just kind of doing it as the lighter spot on the flower, like that. I appreciate all of your comments and my messages. I love hearing from you guys. And don't forget, you can join our Facebook page. It's listed in almost all of our comments on my videos, and it's starting to grow a little bit. I just thought it would be fun if we share what you color, what your idea, what your thoughts are on. Doesn't even have to be the same thing. It can be just something you colored that you love and you just want to share it. I think there's nothing more fun than sharing what we do. I know it's relaxing and it's fun to color, because I sit here and I color many times without even filming it, because I just love to color. It just takes my mind off of everything. I like it better than watching TV. I will watch some movies on my computer because it's just straight ahead on my desk. But I'm really thinking about what I'm coloring and listening. I say many times it's like taking what the world wants to give you, a pill. This just simply calms me, keeps my mind from wandering on things that I don't want to think about. Now I'm going to take burnt okra, 187, so anything that's just going to be a light brown, and I'm just going to come in here I always like to do little circles on the very edge because it kind of helps. Blend it a little better. Just keep going over it. Don't press hard. Just keep going over it until it's like that. And this particular color is a light color anyway, as you can see right there. It's not going to lay down a lot of pigment. So that's kind of what will help you do some of your shading, is on a light color like this. It's better to have something that doesn't lay down a ton of pigment. I just want that to just kind of popping through there. If it's not blending, just take your lighter color and just go over it and blend it in like that. On all your edges. So it takes a little practice to just get it to where you're just not needing to go over it much. So don't beat yourself up. It all takes practice. I remembered there's an artist on YouTube. His name is David Jensen, and he paints with acrylic paints the most gorgeous roses I've ever seen. And he gives lessons that you can watch on there. And oh, I just knew I was going to be able to do what he did if I just practice. I'll tell you, I never got the total hang of it. I will go back and try again, but it was not easy. Not the way he made it look. Those roses were so pretty. And other pictures that he painted. He just did such a beautiful, beautiful job. And I wanted to paint him, but I couldn't. Not like he did. I may be able to one day when I go back and practice again. I think even using the colored pencils has helped me a lot see things that I didn't see before. Isn't that pretty? So I am going to first color all of this in with this one. Just making sure I'm in the frame. Okay, and then I'm going to take, this one is, what number? 169. Caput Mortem? Caput Mortem. 169, anyway. And I just want to, need a little bit sharper. I just want to do one side like that, just one side around the half of the top and down, and it's just going to make these little, I don't know if they're seeds or just the center of this flower, stand out just a little bit more. Give it a little bit more depth. I do like coloring flowers. I have that book 100 and I think 101 Flowers. I was really, really surprised how many beautiful flowers are in that book. But they're much bigger, so it takes more time to color them. See, I'm just giving it a little shade. Like that. Just kind of makes it stand out a little bit. Not too much. Like that. And I think we're going to call that one good. I think it turned out really pretty. All right, so this one, let's make this one just a little more orange. So I'm going to take my darker yellow first, my 108, the dark cad yellow, and I'm going to color it. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be right there. I'm not doing it heavy, I'm just putting a layer down of yellow. Okay, so now I have orange glaze 113 and a dark cad yellow 109. I'm going to start with the dark cad yellow, and I always go by the pencil lead, not the pencil, because the lead is not true to the color of the pencil. It's close. Sometimes it's not even close. I always go by what it looks like on the lid. I'm just kind of going down in the center and off to one side because I want to leave highlights of the yellow. Now I'm going to switch over to my orange glaze. I just want to pull some of this mostly light on the edge. Sometimes you think, well, why don't I just use that? But if you do the layering, it is definitely makes a difference. It really does. Because you see different colors kind of poking through that you normally don't see. If I just came in here with this color and colored it. See, it's not a bright orange, but it just gives it enough and it keeps it in there. So, our center, let's start by using our pale burnt ochre. Right in the center. I'm just going around and around on the edge to darken it with this color. And I'm leaving the center light. I'm just going around and around like that. And leaving that center light. Okay. Now we're going to take our number 168. Sometimes it looks like the numbers are totally different. That is 169. Okay. I'm going to try to leave a little bit of white. Not much. Darker on the edge and then lighten up in the middle. Darker on the edge and then lighten up. To where you're almost And this is a good, heavier, pigmented pencil, which leaves lots of color if you press a little bit. Where this one doesn't. That one's very light. This one could get very dark real quick. I found a picture in Rita Berman's book that I started on the trip and have not finished. And I don't normally do that. If I start it, I'm going to finish it. And I always like to do both pages so that the colors that I have will coordinate with both sides. So now let's go back to our yellow and color this little guy in. And it will be just like that one. And this is our Naples yellow, 185, so it's a light yellow. And I think I did it a little bit different. I did it different. It's okay. So what I'm going to do, because remember I left a little spot and colored it in. So I'm just going to go back over it and leave that little spot. So we can fix it. Have to press a little harder because it's on the top of another color. And that's good, that's fine. And we could even take our white, where I left that little spot, and just go over a little bit. And brighten it up a little bit. Okay, so now we go back to our burnt ochre. I'm just going to fill these little guys in because you're just barely seeing it anyway. And then we're going to do the same thing. Oops, I got out of line there. And this color, you do have to work a little bit to get it to pop up there. Okay. And you can take your light yellow and any place that you feel that you just didn't get it smoothed in there. just go over it. Just like that. And I got out of line a little bit. My rule is get rid of it while I have the pencils in my hand. Don't wait till later. All right. So on these little guys, the honeycomb, I'm just going to go around them. I'm going to do a few at a time so I don't get totally bored. And then we'll come around with that light brown and we'll go over a little bit just to shade it. Whoops, knocked you guys around. Sorry. Like that. I'm trying to get a little bit on, like, not on the line, but on the inside too. Because we're going to come back with that light brown. And we're just going to shade that. Just like we did the flower. To make the honeycomb kind of stand out. I really don't know what that is. I'm going to just color it yellow. I think she made a mistake. Those little tiny bees are so cute. I think a lot of times we look at our pages or look through a book and you really don't see a lot until you start coloring it. And once you start coloring it, it's like, I didn't even notice that. And then what I'm using here is the Cad dark yellow, not a bright yellow. It's got just a little bit of brown in it. This page seems simple, but it's got a lot of little time-consuming things. Those little jars are going to be fun. And the little honey machine. Make sure to get on the inside. I have these ideas. It doesn't mean that my ideas always work. But until you try them, you don't know if it's going to be good or not. And the more I color, the less pages I have that I'm thinking, oh, I don't like that. There might be some that I'm not as fond of as others. But I'm getting better and better, just like you guys. The more you color, the more your style shows up. Don't try to be just like someone. Can follow learn to do what they do, but then let your style pop through. Because we all have different talents. See, I'm just taking this brown and I'm going right, I'm just following all the lines now. And that's going to make this little honeycomb pop. See how that's just making it pop out. I really don't want to fill it all in. I mean, you can. It's everybody's different. But for me, I just thought, just make it look like. Make it look like honeycomb. We got clouds coming around, that's good. That always helps it stay a little cooler. When the sun isn't beating down on your house. And that didn't take long at all to do that. And I think that's the last one. All right. Let's do these up here. I'm just going to color them in with our yellow. And I'm doing it backwards again, but that's okay. Guess it doesn't matter. So I leave my highlight. Okay. Time for a drink of my coffee. All right, second color. My dark cad again. Just leaving my little center highlight. All right, now our light brown. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do this page or the little windmill first. I'm going to take my yellow and force some of this to blend. I got a little heavy-handed, but that's okay. Use your light color and blend it in. Just give it a little press and who's gonna know? No one. You won't even remember. You know, I can't even tell, and I know which pencils I've used when I go back. Whether they're wax or whether they're, you know, the cheaper pencil, you can't tell. I'm no expert, but maybe experts can, but I can't. I'm just coloring for the, you know, for the medicine of it, I guess you could call it. I think we were meant to be creators. To create things. Enjoy. Turning nothing into something. It's like Johanna drawing all these wonderful pictures for us to color. I got out of line just a little bit there. If you don't have an electric eraser, oh my gosh. This one is AFMAT, FMAT, but it has both the little and the fat that fit into it. So you have 2 in 1. Anyway, it fits down in there, so it's fat and skinny. Sometimes you need a lot, sometimes you just need a little bit. I got it off of Amazon. There's things that you can't erase with just an eraser. You need that speed and strength of an electric eraser. So it is well worth the investment. This one plugs into my computer. It's not battery operated, so I'm not wasting a lot of batteries. And I don't have to really plug it in that much. My phone jack fits it. So it came with one, but there goes my neighbor's dog. Alright, is this the light yellow? Yeah, it's the light yellow. I'm just going to go ahead and color all the ones with this yellow. Okay. I'll do a few of these while I work my way over to the flowers. And to make sure I got the right color yellow. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just letting it do its thing. I love those little bees. There's a few places I'm going to erase because I got careless. Imagine that. Well, I was just going to do a few of them and we got them all done. Oh, let's see. Let's just go over all of our lines real quick too. It's going to make a pretty frame around our little bee honey maker. And I'm just going over the black lines. I thought yesterday was Wednesday. And today's Friday, so I guess it couldn't have been. Did any of you lose days? It seems like it's Monday, and next thing you know, it's Friday. Doesn't that look nice? I like that. I like the concept of it. And so now, do we have the dark one? We do. I put a little sharpen, and we're going to finish our flowers, and then we're going to do this part here. Okay. I'm just making sure I leave some of that lighter yellow on the side. Give my flower some dimension. Okay. Okay, and take our light yellow in any place. I don't think that's my light yellow. I'm going to hide all my light spots if I'm not careful. Just softening any place that doesn't look too blended. And that's better. Right there. Gotta remember to use your light yellow, not your dark, so you don't lose your highlights, because if you go over your highlights with your light color, it's still light. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be beautiful. Alright, so we're going to take our dark chromium yellow, which is our... We're just going to start giving this little flower some hint. Orange. I remember one time I grew those, and I hardly ever see the seeds. They were big and they were beautiful sunflowers, and they were very dark. Beautiful colors. I have tons of seeds that I've saved, and they're probably no good by now. I bet you they're way over 10 years. I've been in this house for at least that long. I'm just adding enough to make it look pretty. Not yellow, but just a hint of this orange. Letting my highlights show through. And they do. Okay, that looks pretty. So we took this one and went around and around. Light in the center and darker on the edges. You have to really work to get this one to do that. And then we just took our darker brown. These are really little, so you have to be very careful. Have a good sharp pencil. I remember when I first got my pencils, especially my polychromos and Prisma, it just hurt me to sharpen them and take away, make them smaller. Just wanted them to last forever. But you get over that. You start enjoying your pencils instead of worrying about how long they're going to last. Whenever I go someplace, I usually pick up some Prisma. I've not found one place, except for online, that I can buy polychromos separately. Lay all those pencils down. Trying to leave a little white or light. Just trying to make it darker on the edge. Okay. And then this one, we just colored it in. I'll do the same with this one. Just go around the edges. I'm doing it twice just to make sure it gets good and dark. Okay, so here we go. I am going to, with this sharp pencil, try to follow all the little lines in the wooden box. And then we're going to color it in with our lighter brown. But all of these little wooden pieces are going to stand out. You could pick a different color brown, but since this is the one we've been using, that's the one I'm going to use. Just like that. I think I need to take a sip. When you do this, you always want to remember to use a lighter color to color it in, or all these lines will disappear anyway. And you don't want to do it heavy. You just want to give it a light coloring. There's many ways. I've seen many videos, different ways to color wood. And I kind of like this one too, where you just our little door. I'm going to leave it alone for now till we do our roof, and I think we're going to do our roof in a green. So we'll probably do our door in a green. And even if you didn't have blinds, you can make the lines. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to our light brown. Remember, this one doesn't have a lot of pigment, so it's going to be easy to color over this. Without making all of our lines disappear. See? Isn't that pretty? You could do this with any color. If you wanted this thing to be green, do it your lines with a dark green and cover it up with a light green. And it would look like wood. You can find a pencil that isn't real pigmented, where it doesn't put down a ton of color, and color lightly. You could make your little house any color you wanted. I'm just going to stick with the browns. We don't have any leaves in this picture. Which I didn't realize. Look how cute. Isn't that cute? So now I'm going to pick this lighter green, which is May green. I love May green. And we're going to do the door. And let's pick a darker green. How about permanent green? Is that what that is? Yeah, permanent green. And we'll just do the trim. Just to add some color to this thing, and I think we'll do this the same way. Okay, but I'm going to do the roof in the light green. And do inside that little hole. Maybe we can shade it just a little bit. Just a little. Not a lot. Let's make this little thing dark green. Like that. Very tips, just darker green. And blend it out a little bit. Like that. How's that? I like the green because it just reminds me of country kind of, I guess. Then we get to color all these little honey pots. They're going to be so cute. Oh, I see they go way down here. Okay. Glad I saw that. Okay. I like that. Okay. Let's see. Let's do this hose in the lighter color. Green. Got all these little connections. I'm thinking about the bees' wings. I think we'll do them next. Okay. Thinking about our connections. I got a gray here. Let's see what color. This is Cool Gray 5, 233. I better sharpen it. and do all of our fittings. And then I'll find a darker, that's darker, okay. That. All right, let me sharpen this darker gray. All right, and this one is warm gray 5. And this one is cool gray, is that what it was? Yeah, cool gray 6. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of shadows. Top of the bottom on the other side. Doesn't have to be a lot, it just has to be enough. I'm just going to make these dark gray. Whatever they're supposed to be made out of. I know they're holding that on. So maybe it's thicker wire, I don't know. Let's do the bottom of these. I think that'll work. Okay, now our little bees. I think we're going to take our brightest yellow. Is this a brighter yellow? This is a brighter yellow. Let's use yellow. I'm just going to color them with that bright yellow, which is light cad yellow. There's more little bees. These are honey bees. These are friendly bees. They're busy bees. Okay, did we get them all? We got them all. We did. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to my darkest yellow, which was dark cad. I'm going to sharpen it. And I'm going to just shade that yellow a little bit. Just a little bit. It's just going to take that bright yellow down a notch, but leaving some of it as a highlight. See? Your pencils better be pretty sharp. See, that worked. Now, white. And I'm going to sharpen it. Okay. So I'm going to color their little wings in with white. But that's not the end of the story. So I got them all in the... You can see them. Sure we don't miss any. Okay, so now keep the white. I'm going to take my lightest gray. Is this my lightest color I have in this set? Oh, that's Prisma. All right, this will work. This will work. So I just want to put just a little bit of this in the wings, just a little bit. Just got to be careful because you do not want to take away all your white. Just at the very tip here, give it a little press, just a little one. Did we get them all? Now you can come back with your white and kind of pull it down. I think that makes cute little wings. Kind of makes them look like they're busy little bees. Alright, you can take your dark gray if you want and just make a few more little lines in there. Just a little, doesn't have to be heavy. Did we get them all? Let's see. This little guy. I'm just darkening it a little bit. And that's our bees. Alright, so now we got some honey pop coming down here. So I'm going to use my darker yellow. Let's go ahead and do all the ones that are dripping. Oh, I see. The ones on this side haven't got that far yet. I'll do this little key. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some of this dark cad yellow, just kind of highlight it a little bit. Just to give it a little shading. It just kind of makes it look. You may not be able to see it, but it's light, and that's what we want. We want it light. Okay. Start coloring our little pots. Now we can actually add a few colors in here. So none of these little pots are the same. Whatever we choose will be just fine. Can add some more color. Just trying to add a little shading, leave a little light. Okay, how about this one be green? My intention is to do this green, dark circles, dark green. That will add more. Okay, we could do a light color label. Like that, and maybe follow that little line a little bit. Okay, now we have, looks like a real honey pot. Let's do the sides. Like that. I'm just gonna make it an orange. That's different. So let's add a different color. Let's do like that. Maybe a light green. Doesn't really matter. They're just all the little jars and pots they could find. Kind of like that. And I'm kind of keeping it in the brown tones. Trying. Let's go with this dark cad orange. Okay. Now we got this one. Let's maybe make it brown. Alright, then I'm just going to bring this lighter brown in here. Like that. And this one we could do kind of like we did up there. I just want them to look different. But I'm going to keep them in the same kind of colors. Okay. I'm liking how this is turning out. Let's try the very bright yellow. Like that. What do we do with this? Let me sharpen it. All right, we're almost there. Let's go back to this one. And let's go light. Okay. Oh, what shall we do with this one? Gonna use our dark cad yellow. Okay, and I think let's do, oops, picked up wrong pencil. Wrong pencil, let's do this. This is our May green. And then we'll just do our light green inside. Okay. So this one's kind of like that one down there, so let's do it the same way. And what did we do? We did the, I think we just did orange in the center. Okay. I'm going to do all of these little dots in this light cad red. And I'm going to color the bottom. that. And I think I'm just going to use this light brown. I remember doing ceramics and letting the glazes drip down. That was fun. But now it's so expensive. Well, let's do this last little pot, just green. This is May green. Okay, so what I want to do now are these lines. I'm going to do the top and the bottom in May green and the little circles in the dark, dark green. We're getting a few more people joining our Facebook where we can post our pictures. And see other people's ideas. Because there's no bad idea. We're all colorists now. You're an artist. Let's see if I can get the center of these heavy enough where it'll show up if I accidentally color over it. So we're going to use the dark green in here. So I'm pressing down. Let's see. Okay, I didn't color the other side. I forgot to put something in between. Sometimes even the ink will transfer down on the other side to another page. So just a piece of any kind of paper. I'm going to sharpen it a little bit. I'm not going to color in between these circles. I want them to stand out. I make so many mistakes by filling things all the way in, and I think it can stand out on its own. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Since there are no leaves or anything in here, I think that turned out really cute. I like that. So, let's see our light yellow. Well, these flowers are all going to be done just like the ones on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video now. I will finish these flowers since I've already done these up here. And you've seen how I've done it. And I will post a picture at the beginning of the video as I upload it. And I will post a picture of it finished on our Facebook where we can post pictures. So thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you, all of you, for your kind comments. I just thank you all. You're just like, I have friends that are watching and I'm talking to, and we're just coloring along together. I just enjoy this so much. And like one lady said, there's so much going on in the world that it's nice to have a quiet place, just to be peaceful. Nothing loud, nothing crazy going on, just sitting here coloring with me. I thank you for that, because that's how I feel. Let's just get away. Let this be your medicine. So, if nobody's told you today that you're amazing and you're awesome and you're wonderful, I'm telling you now. And I do love you all. I thank you so much for being my friends and for watching and giving me your time. If you're watching for the first time and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me get my channel where more people see me. And if you like it, that helps too. That helps more people. Comments help. It all helps. All three of them help. That Facebook will show more people my my videos. So until tomorrow we will be doing the little, I always like to do a close-up so you can see in case the colors didn't really show up the way they are. Aren't those cute? Those little pots. And I used all the brownish, greenish colors. And tomorrow we're going to do this windmill. Look at all the balloons and the little staircase and the little house underneath. So I think that will be fun. And we'll probably do some kind of a background on this one. I'm not going to on this one. So until tomorrow, bless you all. Goodbye.